or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Atavia, and today we're making a beautiful brunch because I know some of y'all be liking to celebrate these little holidays and y'all might be wanting to cook for y'all boo things. So let's make a cute little brunch meal. Y'all might want to make this, so just pay attention. You ready? Let's get into it. Okay, so today's brunch consists of omelets, breakfast potatoes, biscuits, and a cool mimosa. Mine is going to be virgin today, but you can always use whatever you want to use, whatever alcohol you want to use, if that's what you want to do. But that's on the menu. Oh, it's a strawberry mimosa. It's a strawberry mimosa. Need to clarify that. Okay, so to start our brunch, I'm just going to start on the potatoes because those take the longest to cook. So for that, you just need some peppers, onions, or whatever vegetables you like to put in your potatoes. That's personally what I like. I'm also gonna add some garlic because I literally cannot cook anything without using garlic. That's why it's almost gone. And then you can use whatever potatoes you want. I got red potatoes because that's what my grocery store had today. So that's just what we're gonna work with. But basically for this, you just wanna chop everything up. Very simple, very easy, and we're gonna cook on the skillet today. So my favorite thing about brunch is the fact that you can literally wake up at any time of the day and say it's time for brunch. Like, it can be breakfast, closer to lunchtime, whatever. So if you're feeling lazy on the holiday, wake up a little later and get started on it. And this will definitely fill you up because of potatoes. So for my potatoes, I'm just gonna go rinse them off, and then we can get into cutting them. And you don't need a tutorial on how to cut potatoes. Just cut them up small, you know, simple. Okay, so my potatoes are all washed now. I'm just gonna cut them up into nice little small pieces. Okay, I need to know who actually celebrates Sweetest Day, and if you're not in the Midwest area, basically Sweetest Day is like a Hallmark holiday where you're supposed to like do stuff for the man, because a lot of people think that Valentine's Day is only for the women, but I don't agree with that. So if you do celebrate that and you're in the Midwest, let me know. How serious do you take it, or like, I don't know. I just want to know who be really celebrating. I know people do be celebrating though, because I be seeing it all over my Instagram. Happy Sweetest Day, and I'm like, okay. But if you do celebrate, no shade to you. I just personally don't. I got my potatoes all cut up, and I just took a paper towel and just went ahead and blotted all the potatoes just to get them as dry as possible. I mean, if you can't get them that dry, I don't think it matters that much, but I just like to dry them off as best as I can, just because it adds to like the crunchiness of the potato. And this ended up making a lot. I was not expecting to make this much. I don't even know how many potatoes I cut up, like maybe 5 or 6, but I didn't think they were that big, but clearly I was wrong. So we're gonna have a lot of potatoes with our breakfast, but whatever. After you cut that up, then you kind of just want to prep all the other vegetables too. And I forgot to mention that I also have this bacon. It was something I had in the fridge. So my favorite thing about this type of breakfast is like, it's literally a mix of everything that you can find in your fridge. I obviously went out and grocery shop for this, but if you just have random stuff in your fridge that needs to be used, you can utilize it in the omelets or the potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the rest of my vegetables, and then we can get into making the next parts of our breakfast. I'm just cutting up my peppers, and like I said, pick whatever type of vegetables that you like and toss them in there. It's gonna be good regardless. And they're gonna appreciate it because you made it. Duh. I have everything chopped up. So we got potatoes, both are green and red peppers, and then I cut the onions off camera because I wasn't trying to be on here crying. So now we can get started on prepping everything for our omelets. My favorite thing about this breakfast is that everything kind of like works cross-functionally. Like anything that you can put in the potatoes, you can put in your eggs too. I love veggie omelets, so personally I'm gonna be adding peppers to mine. I'll be adding some onions to mine, and then I went ahead and also cut up some little tomatoes, and I'll show you that. Some little cherry tomatoes. I cut those up to add to my omelet. And then I'll also be adding spinach and cheese. Cook our potatoes first because potatoes take so long to cook. So actually, let's go to the stove. Okay, we're at my stove. Welcome to my kitchen, by the way. I never welcomed y'all to my kitchen. Okay, so I got a big pot because we got a lot of potatoes, and I want to make sure that they all fit because you do not want any scraggling around and not getting cooked. We don't like that. Okay, now for some added flavor, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but for some added flavor, I'm not even about to tell you how much garlic I'm adding, but I'm adding garlic, so just do that. Basically with the garlic, you want to let it cook and get a little bit toasted and brown. Don't burn it though, because garlic is super easy to burn if you don't pay close attention to it. But I just like to go ahead and add that to my oil and just let it heat up for a little bit. And once your whole house starts to smell like beautiful garlic everywhere, add your potatoes. Okay, while we wait for our garlic to heat up, and I just like keep my ear to everything that I'm making because I try not to just hover over stuff because that gets annoying. But yeah, so while we let that cook, I'm gonna go ahead and get these biscuits ready to go in the oven. And today I'm trying the honey butter Pillsbury flaky biscuits. I actually never had these. Okay, I actually never had these before. Garlic is sizzling, so let me actually go put my potatoes in. Put the potatoes in. Here's our biscuits. It just popped on me. It usually doesn't do that, but you know. Follow what the package says to do. For this, it says bake them for 13 to 16 minutes. My oven is already preheated. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add these in. If you're fancy and make your own biscuits for your boo, look at you, but not me. I'm using the package. Let's go. So it's getting hot in here, but you can hear the potatoes frying up. That's exactly what you want to be happening at this exact moment. So then I'm just gonna add some peppers to that mix. And you don't add the vegetables right away because I like when my vegetables have like a little bit of crunch to them. So if you add them right away, they're gonna be soft. But if you add them like midway through them cooking, then they'll still have a little bit of crunch. Now that we got all our vegetables and everything in there, this is my favorite part to any meal. And if you don't do this, exit out the video. Seasoning. I literally season up everything really crazy. So you can add whatever type of seasonings that you want. But today I'm using salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and then this Emerald's blackened season because it's so good. One more thing I forgot to add was some crushed red pepper. I love when everything has a little bit of spice to it. I'm not gonna add too much because I don't want the dish to be like super spicy, but just enough to give you a little kick. And then I'm gonna just leave that alone because potatoes need time to get soft. Basically, our potatoes are nice and soft from cooking up in the pot with the vegetables and the garlic and all that stuff. but I like when mine are crunchy. You can definitely get them crunchy in the pot, but you have to use a lot of oil, and I don't want to. So what I like to do instead is take them out of the pot once they're nice and soft, lay them out on a baking sheet like this, and then put them in the oven. And the oven will help add that crispiness to the potato. And I'm also going to be taking some of that bacon that I showed you guys earlier, cutting some pieces of that up and adding them to our potatoes. Once you have your potatoes lined out, you want to kind of like space them out if you decide to do this step. So I'm just going to cut my bacon on top of my potatoes and put it in the oven. Now to get started on our omelets, I got 2 bowls for each person's omelet. I'm just basically how I'm making mine. And I'm not even an omelet expert. I just, half the time when I try to make an omelet, it turns into scrambled eggs because it don't be working. But I like to just start with my base, my eggs. And this is my secret weapon. Every single day, a little splash of milk. And that just makes your eggs like really fluffy, and I don't know, I just really like it. Once you get your base ready, season up your eggs and stuff with whatever you like, take them to the hot skillet, and then we can start adding the different vegetables or meats or whatever you like into your omelet. Okay, just like everything else that we're making here, you can season with whatever you want. But for mine, I'm just doing salt, pepper, and garlic. Once you have that all mixed up, this is literally the start of a great omelet. Literally, that's all you gotta do. If you can whisk up some eggs, you can make this whole entire meal. So once you have that put together, then we're gonna take this over to the stove and attempt to make an omelet. Child, I am gonna start making my boyfriend's omelet, and he likes meat and stuff in his omelet. I don't, so this is very much different than mine, but this is what he likes, so we're gonna start with his. My pan is nice and hot, so I'm gonna add the eggs in. I'm not an omelet connoisseur, but basically what I kind of learned from them is you want to let the backside cook fully through and then add the toppings. And then once you do that, you'll be able to like close it together. So we're about to try today. So the backside is cooked. I think it's time to start adding. I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna start adding. So I'm adding this cooked bacon that we already had. Cause he just be liking meat and stuff in there. So I'm just gonna make it like, I don't know. It's gonna be good. So this will be a great time to get to know the type of foods that your partner likes, because if you put something nasty in their omelet, child, they gonna probably not want to eat your breakfast. I'm gonna TikTok, eat your vegetables. He needs to do that. I'm gonna add some spinach. Added some spinach. I'm gonna add some ham that we have here. Just a little bit of this ham. Then the hard part is actually closing it so that it turns into an omelet as opposed to just an egg with stuff on top. I have non-stick pan, so it's moving, but let's just try. Ooh, wait a minute, y'all. It's closed. Now the stuff is falling out. It is, but we're just gonna let that cook for a little bit so it can, you know, All right, y'all, so we got a beautiful palette in front of us because everything is nice and cooked. The omelets are made, the potatoes are crispy, the biscuits are done. Now that all the food is done, we gotta have a good little drink. So for this drink today, we're having a strawberry mimosa, and I'm super excited to make this just because it sounds so good. So let me show y'all how to make it. I'm gonna just grab a handful of strawberries to use in our drink today, and then take 2 little pretty ones out to put on top of the glass. So for the ones that we're gonna add to the drink, I'm literally just gonna chop them up and add them to our blender. I use a neutral billet, so I have my cup. I'm just gonna toss them up. Then I'm gonna take some frozen strawberries and add those to our blender as well. You can add any liquid you want to this. So if you want to add some orange juice, you can do that. If you want to add milk, ooh, not milk, my bad. Do not add milk to this. If you want to add a certain type of juice to this, you can do that. For mine, I'm just gonna add a splash of water. So now that we got that all up in there, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it. Now we have our strawberry puree all blended up and it's nice and cold. So then I want to take the cute little strawberry that we had, go ahead and cut a little slit in there like that, and just add it to our glass. If I can, there we go. Today I'm making us a virgin drink, so we'll be using some ginger ale, but you can use champagne, Prosecco, whatever you're supposed to use for mimosas. Add that to yours. There you go, 2 cute little strawberry mimosas. I'm so excited to have these. Okay, so it was super fun cooking with you all, and I loved having y'all in my kitchen. So this is the final plate. We got our omelet, potatoes, and our biscuit, and I got honey butter flavored biscuits, but I'm probably gonna drizzle a little bit of honey on top. You can add syrup or whatever you like to have on your biscuits. And then of course we have our strawberry mimosa. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this because this is what I'm most excited about. That's really good. Y'all should definitely try that. If y'all take anything from this video, try that mimosa. Let's get into some things. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry. So y'all need to hurry up, go get what's in your fridge, and make something for your partner or yourself or your friend or your mama or your daddy, whoever y'all want. Whip them up something nice. I hope this gives you some inspiration. I cannot talk. I hope this gives you some inspiration to go ahead and make a meal for somebody that you care about. And yeah, if you celebrate Sweetest Day, happy Sweetest Day to you and yours. And I hope y'all try this meal out. So let me know what we should cook next. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Love you. Bye.